everyone, it's Vampire Cutie here with another video. This time it's a little different. I thought I'd do a little react video. Um, this topic kind of popped up on my feed and gave me a jump scare, honestly, because I literally saw the image of just Father Sebastian, one of the like vampire clan people, and I was like, okay, this has to be an AI image or something. Um, just take a look. Just that. I'm pretty sure that's the same damn face. Pretty sure. So I figured let's give this one a watch. I actually do follow Papa Meat and all that, so this is gonna be an interesting reaction. Being vampiric like I am myself. So, and of course cringe. Of course, that's probably the point of the video, is that we're all cringe, but we'll see. We'll see if it's, not fully demoralizing like other past videos have been that I've definitely seen on the YouTube. So, let's give it a shot. So, let's give this a go and see how I react, I guess. Again, this is like my first reaction video, but I figured this is probably a fun one to do.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're going to be talking about real life vampires. No, I'm serious. They're real. Vampires have been a topic of interest for quite a long time. Whether it's Bram Stoker's Dracula or the Twilight franchise, they seem to have a timeless presence within pop culture history. What if I told you that
forever,
were far more than
since like the 18th century,
into the pages of romance fantasy novels where people flick
their beans There's a lot of those.
Around the world, you'll find many small communities who truly believe.
Of course, some Vice footage of like the most basic looking stuff.
And only come out at night, just like in the legends of old. In fact, in 2016 alone, there were.
He is so hyper dramatic right here. We only come out at night. That, yeah, but like there is some vampires that are, the honoring of the nature and the energy of, Mother Nature, not just also blood. That seems to be a very big misconception, unfortunately. So.
For as many as 5,000 people in the United States that publicly identified themselves.
Okay, I want to know, where the hell is he in this source? Where is there a registry of vampires that he's using as source? Because I don't see sources. So I don't know. I see a debt assessment. So I'm not really sure where he's getting that information.
As vampires. Grand scheme of the United States, not a lot, but that's still too many in my opinion. You don't need to be active.
Great. There's too many of us. I think I'd probably have to say get used to it, because I don't think that number is correct. I think there's way more, probably 10,000 or more in America alone, probably. There's a lot more people who, besides just sanguine or psychic vampire or whatever title, there's like glampires. Glampire! I'll put that up on the screen for you guys. Glampire! But basically, there's some people who just want to have the lifestyle or do the dress up, when they have the money and the time to do so. So sometimes it's literally them just going to a nightclub and being like, I just want to go hang out and dance and chill and have a drink with my friends and dress up as a vampire. But, that's the fun part about it, instead of just being like, guess I'll just wear the same pants and t-shirt.
Times have changed where you could just publicly come out as a vampire.
If it was Puritan times, dude, you'd be probably fucking burned.
Oh yeah, they'd dress.
He's not wrong there, though. They would.
These days, their presence
they would though.
Stronger. So grab your wooden sticks as we dive deep into the mysterious depths. It goes without saying that franchises like Twilight greatly boosted the popularity of vampires in pop culture.
Yeah, definitely did. But Anne Rice as well.
Late 90s, you had Blade and all kinds of other shit.
And Anne Rice.
Underworld, Queen of the Damned.
Yep.
All these Hollywood movies.
And Queen of the Damned and Anne Rice.
Action-packed vampires And those people decided to turn it to Tweenie Bob stuff and make it Twilight, which was just a little like, oh, I wish my boyfriend was a sexy, glittery vampire. There were so many
No,
people who had the first
no,
Twilight
thank
book.
you.
Oh.
Picture
Apple
here
on it?
of what
Yeah,
I
that
prefer.
and I was at a bookstore when that first came out, and it was like girls like screaming and grabbing off the shelf. And then also I got what's the last, Deathly Hollows? That was another one where it was just insane. It was insane. Pandemonium. One of my favorite things, though, is whenever back in the day, when
Harry
Batman
Potter,
films came out,
everybody
people
was
drove
going
by and they were
insane
like,
at the
"Our son
time."
kills Dumbledore.
There's that one where it's like, Hermione kills Dumbledore.
And people were like, no, in the line, no.
Yeah, that was the big thing. There it is.
Which that is fucked.
Ugh.
You know, looking back now, it's funny.
He was just trolling.
Well, I'm talking about the guy that he was,
Back then
Those
it
spit
was
facts.
messed up.
Hedwig die.
Yep, right there. Dobby and Hedwig die. I
Well,
was just
vampires
like,
in the media
I'm
have
sad
often been
as a
portrayed
child.
sultry. These movies turned them into beloved heartthrobs.
Even though
People
I
on
wasn't a
TikTok
big
have long
fan.
since used people's
Oh,
love for
there's
vampire studs
Jackson.
to create thirst trap videos. Ooh, sexy. Isn't that nice? I'm a vampire. Let me suck ya. Some will throw on some fangs and smolder at the camera, while other creators on TikTok like
Well, yeah, that is what we do on the TikTok. I've seen Jackson on there. I think he calls him Vampire Jack in this video at some point. Because I skipped ahead and that was the only point I skipped ahead to, was just, oh, he's in this video, I guess. Okay. But yeah, it seems like, again, like this is an example of the glampire kind of style too. Not everybody is like full on into, I want to drink blood. You know, it's not that critical. It's more the, lifestyle kind of options. So again, he's ragging on him a little harsh, and me technically, because look at me. But you gotta take his opinion with a grain of salt too, and you gotta also say, like, it's my life, so screw it, I'll do what I want. So screw it, they're gonna do what they want. I mean, Jackson is making a lot of money from those books, so, and his character, so win-win for him.
Vampire Jack dedicated
There
their
he
entire
is.
online career to dressing in full vampire garb and playing the character, which you have to appreciate the commitment.
See, at
These
least
can
he
range
says
from
you
skits
appreciate
to
the
seductive
commitment.
Vampire ASMR videos. Others engage in vampire roleplay games like Reign of Blood, a
Yep.
text-based roleplay game which claims to have been
And
running for
Vampire
over
the
18 years
Masquerade.
and still have active players to this day. And a majority of these content creators and roleplay enjoyers are simply doing it for the fun of and for online attention, right? You do it because you want. There's other
Yeah,
freaks out
that is
there,
true.
and you're trying to meet your people. Right? It's the same thing like playing a game, making a post that has a certain kind of music.
He's not wrong in that sense, because it is very much just like, look at my page, I exist. I'm in the community too. So it is sometimes trying to get the attention and be like, okay, well, I exist. I'm trying to be a member. I'm trying to be around.
Trying to reach a community. I don't blame them. However, this is where things kind of take an odd turn. Right?
Oh, no.
There are many people out there who reach far beyond simple roleplay. Sam the Vampire is a woman on TikTok who seems to genuinely think that she is a vampire.
Oh, I
According to
think
her,
I've seen
she
this one before.
turned when she was 22 years old after being bitten by a vampire in the year 1888, which makes her
1888.
135
Okay.
years old.
Yeah,
And
this is where it gets
vampires,
to the
of
point
course.
where it's like,
She
all
makes
right,
countless videos
this is
talking
like
about her vampire
other
tales,
kin
like the time she
crap.
was kidnapped by a rival vampire named Ada.
This is
and then
different.
She plans to enact revenge on that vampire. There's various videos of her explaining what types of power she possesses, and they include.
Well, okay, I don't know if that was
getting
AI.
Very high.
Oh yeah, that has to be like AI and
criticism, mind
filters.
reading. I can leap. I can jump high. Just superhuman strength and the ability to seduce whoever she wants. She then adds that she can only use said seduction powers if the other person consents.
Okay, I
She's
guess
depicted by her
that's
being from the 19th century.
I
That
guess
doesn't really
that's
seem
how
to
it
me,
works
but
with
you know what?
vampires
She's
now.
she's, of the times.
Wait, how does that work?
It's a way for a girl to sit there and then be like, then if someone's like, I'm not attracted to you, she'd be like, well, I didn't use my powers on you. It's that. It's the female version of this.
Hmm.
Lift this car. I don't want to break a fingernail.
Oh,
Also,
my
she's ability to show her true horrifying vampire
So
form,
stupid.
but does it because she isn't allowed to.
That's just
I
the
love
power
female, like,
move.
female like redditor stuff like that. It's so good. She's ridiculed online for being delusional, with many being unclear if it's a satire or something more grim. Regardless, her constant insistence of being a real-life vampire led to her being banned off TikTok live
Oh,
due to
yeah, I think I
extreme
definitely heard of her,
misinformation. She's like,
because I've heard of the
they
banned
said
one.
They knew the truth. I love how it's a bannable offense to be like, I'm a vampire. TikTok's like, no, banned. You can't say I'm a kangaroo. Oh my god, no. Unless she was just like, well, let's talk about where Corona really started.
Oh, okay, then, yeah.
I think that's what it might be. I think she's like, yeah, it's because I'm a vampire. It's like, no, because you kept saying a bunch of racial slurs towards Chinese people. That's me.
Yeah, that does happen on TikTok a lot, unfortunately.
Today's video is sponsored by PDS Dead.
And ad. Sorry. I'm sorry, Papa. I'm gonna skip the ad because I fucking hate ads. No matter how entertaining, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You already got like 3 million subs. You're good.
For sponsoring this video. Sam also claims that she drinks blood. Ooh. While this may sound ridiculous to most passing viewers, it turns out that she is far from the first person to do so. Sanguinarians.
There's
are
a lot of
considered within
Sanguinarians. At
vampire
least he gets the
subculture.
name
They're
right.
different from lifestyle vampires who simply take on the aesthetic of wearing fangs and gothic style clothing and looking super hot. Sanguinarians are
Also-
vampires who engage.
Also, go back one moment. Those are the people up in Salem. Those are the people who run the club. So this must be some footage of the vampire, like Mason vampire or whatever in Salem, because this is like a little loft that's in Salem, Massachusetts. And you can walk by it and you see a sign for it. I've seen them a few times around Salem too. I've been to the club once and it was all right. I was, unfortunately, I was a little sick at the time, so I didn't get to enjoy it as fully, but I at least got to spend some nice time with my husband there. It was pretty fun.
The aesthetic of wearing fangs and gothic style clothing and looking super hot.
Fangs again and
Sanguinarians
super
are
hot,
vampires who
yeah.
engage in consumption supposedly for the sake of sustaining their health.
I must.
Smart, yeah. If I don't, I'm going to perish. They practice this.
Well, that part I will say, it's not even the fact of I'm going to perish. It's more I have a need to do this. A lot of them have an urge or a need to do it that, involves, again, the energy working aspect. So, with the energy working aspect and the blood aspect, if you're sanguinarian, then you're usually like, I want to get my energy from the source, from a donor, which sometimes they don't even like the word donor anymore. But that's another complicated thing in itself, because sometimes the donors are like just a regular donor, and sometimes it's like a couple relationship, so it really can depend on the person and the situation.
By utilizing donors, sometimes referred to as black swan.
Oh, see, he knows. Okay. Dang, I don't know if he went in himself and actually like tried to research or just got one of his editors to be like, find this fucking information. I need to find out how this works. It's weird. Because, they're obviously going in it as these people are weird, but I'm accepting of whatever and whoever, sees me in this outfit, and I'm like, I'm just being myself, doing whatever I want to do. Because I only live like 100 years max, and probably not even that, with all the microplastics in my freaking brain, probably, and red 40 dye in my bloodstream. So.
Who are people or romantic partners that are willingly allow their blood to be drunk. In some cases, they'll do it for financial compensation.
Yep.
Cash,
There
okay,
is
go down
people who
plasma
will
bank,
pay
fucking
for
bank.
it.
Would you, if some guy, if you could go donate plasma once a week for 5 weeks?
I used to see in
$250
chat rooms, they'd be
all of it,
like
or 40 hours,
asking
like, we love you so much,
donors
I'll give
that
you
like have a
$500
donor
now.
tag on their
No.
thing.
You do the plasma?
I do the plasma.
What if he said it'll be
You can get
2
money out
months?
of plasma.
I don't want.
So
If the thing was, I'd only do that if I knew I wasn't gonna get.
What if it was 1,000?
over exaggerated.
Knew I wasn't gonna.
$2,000.
I don't want some. Ah!
I mean, $2,000
Probably
as
got
long as they
nasty
numb
ass
my
teeth, it was a
arm.
brushes-
$4,000.
No.
$10,000.
He's just trying to
2
bet him
minutes.
now.
2 minutes.
$50,000. 2 minutes.
That's a long time.
Oh,
2
that's
minutes.
come on. That's not
120
long.
seconds.
Okay, he's got to ensure that he's brushed his teeth.
50,000. You don't get to insure anything. 50 grand.
You know,
It's a long time to be sucking my blood.
$100,000.
All right, now you're talking.
just watch a 2-minute video on your
It's also
phone.
worth, like, okay. Like, what if he said $500,000?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck
Okay.
yeah! The
So
half
it's
a
a
million
second
I'd hire a
dollars.
nurse to watch.
No.
I would hire.
He has to hide in the darkness. He can't see anybody see him.
He has to
Little
hide in the
screen. That's a
darkness.
nurse on standby.
Again,
Just
that's
be looking for-
such
okay.
exaggerations. It's so stupid.
I consult a doctor first. I'm like, this guy's maybe $500,000.
I'd be too nervous. If a guy's paying you $500,000, I'd be like, he's in everybody's pocket. He goes, I'm just wanting to get a checkup. The doctor is like white and face paint on. I think it's a good idea, actually. Thank you, doctor.
Actually, now you got me scared because now I gotta feel like he ain't paying me the $500,000.
Doctor is
I'm
a
dying.
vampire.
He's killing me.
I mean, how do you expect those doctors to save up that much money?
Yeah, he's an actual vampire. See, that's how he's an actual vampire.
It's real. It's real. Yeah. Some opt to drink blood of animals, while others
Yep.
engage in auto-vampirism, the act of
I have to say, there is recipes online on some of those old vampire forums. Duck blood soup especially is one of those ones that they're just like, make duck blood soup. And they give you detailed instructions on how to harvest the blood from the freaking duck. And there's other foods that, you know, are blood based, like blood sausage, and you know, there's lots of blood based broths. So it's kind of just a human thing to eat bloody based things, but also in the vampire community, that's a plus for us. So all this blood based stuff, again, and if you're looking at it as the Sanguinarian, so it's a really good way to get iron too. So besides that fact, it's just kind of a good thing to have blood if you're low in certain vitamins and iron and, you know, minerals, kind of those things that belong in the other parts of the body and the blood. So
consuming your own blood, which is fucking lame, dude. Oh, I taste good. Fucking give me someone else's blood, dude, and not a dog. I want man blood. You suppose a vampire has their own
Man
method for
blood.
eating. Some, for example, use a disposable scalpel, make a small incision on their donor, and squeeze the blood out before drinking it
Yep.
and patching up the wound. Many claim that this is not an elaborate roleplay, and that drinking blood stops them from experiencing severe headaches and debilitating stomach pain. Other
Yeah.
Sanguinarians believe their thirst for
the headache one, I would always see in the chat rooms I'd hang out in. They'd just be like, "Oh, I have such a bad headache. I need to feed," or "Oh, I have a really bad migraine. I need to stay inside today and just relax and rest." So that is a common thing about the migraines. You know, I don't really get them because I have freaking ADHD in there, so my brain's always jumbled up doing whatever it wants.
blood is purely psychological. Regardless, there is a lack of scientific evidence to support this as a legitimate remedy.
It's all mental, yeah.
I'm
a vampire. Oh,
Placebo
What kind of
effect.
mental illness is this? It's gotta be like it's a microdose of autism or whatever. Right?
Micro-
Microdosing at this point.
Oh, great.
I'm an autistic adult, and my
No.
special interest is Count Dracula.
No, don't pick on him. Come on. He's the most innocent. He's like the most innocent guy on TikTok. I follow him, and he's like the. I don't know if he knows that he's in this or if his sister knows, but oh gosh. This guy is like actually genuinely like the nicest dude.
And my special interest is Count Dracula.
It's delusional. You're just delusional. You're.
It seems like autism and narcissism. I don't act as if I have a choice. I don't want this curse. Please, just give me a suck. Oh,
Give me a
let
suck.
at least once. Also, the person that
Sound like my husband there, jeez.
sitting there and they're drinking for themselves. What a fucking pick me girl. Oh, I have to do this.
She's not a real vamp.
Again, he just keeps going on I have to do this. And it really isn't I have to do this. It's more just I want to do it or desire to do it. Just like SEX.
Vampire. She's just fucking
She's
retarded.
a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
There are various types of real-life vampires. For example, psychic vampires who feed on the life force.
There
of
he goes,
humans
psychic
rather than consume their
vampires.
blood.
Just waiting
Boring!
for it.
Supposedly, this
Oh,
can be done
boring.
with or without physical
That's what he has
contact,
to say,
and some
of
feed
course.
off people by talking directly to people, while others choose to circulate crowds,
Yep.
at concerts, or clubs to siphon it out of them more subtly, which is
Yeah, okay, so he understands some of the concepts of things. And yeah, that is a common thing too, that you just go to a club and siphon, essentially.
definitely just like a fucking loner or outcast who just awkwardly walks around and he's just like, I'm full. Instead of having a human connection with anybody, I'm actually more of a vampire. I
No.
can't talk to you because I don't want.
No, I wouldn't even say it's one guy. It's more like a club full of vampires just being like, oh, there's nothing to feed on. Unless it's my husband that's there, I guess, but it's silly.
To kill you. Why is the accent always so? It's always the same accent too. Why is that? What is it about the social cadence that it always sounds like?
Because they're trying to be cool. That's like the anime thing. Yeah.
So is it
The
does it
voice
stem
thing
from anime?
is
I think
I
so.
don't
Like,
know.
what would
That
make you
I
feel
don't
really
really
good?
experience
Maybe I
many
won't.
people doing it.
Is it just
It's anime.
is it just anime?
It's 100%
It's
anime.
it's but
Unless
it's hard.
I do it as a
They
joke.
watch anime.
Or obviously trying to put on
Alright.
a
Watch
voice.
anime.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter D, you say? That's pretty cool. There are even hybrid vampires who utilize the feeding techniques of Sanguinarians and psychic vampires depending on what's available to them.
Yep.
That's what a fucking cop out. What a cop out. That's such bullshit. This may seem
Oh.
silly, yeah, to the average person, to anybody, to anyone, but it seems that the allure of the vampire lifestyle has captured the hearts of minds of many because people are horny.
Cop
It's
out,
mentally ill
huh?
people who they're hard. And they don't know how to express it. I'm stiff in the pants, but at the same time, I'm kind of tired.
There's one thing where you're like, oh, I just find it hot to role play. But if you're actually believe you're a vampire, you're delusional.
I mean-
You're delusional.
I mean, it's pretty fun and hot to roleplay as a vampire.
You're mentally ill. Get help. Which, take Andres Bathory, for example, a self-proclaimed vampire from Romania that changed his entire life after the warlord Vlad Tepes, aka the Vlad the Impaler.
This is a new
spoke to him
person
in a
I'm
dream.
hearing about.
According to the interview he did with The Mirror, he became engrossed with the vampire community soon after. While he refuses to drink blood, he admits to sleeping in a coffin in order to bring his mind peace as well as connect with unseen forces. And apparently,
Okay.
he learned that this was possible after doing his own personal research, where he would spend day after day in cemeteries. He claims that
Okay,
discussing
I've
his
done that
vampirism
before.
is dangerous and can only be understood by people with high levels of intellect. Do you think that like there's some people who like the coffin thing, sleeping in the coffin,
Yeah,
whatever?
We have genius brain, I guess, in his opinion. I don't know about that. That's a pushing it a little bit far, saying we're geniuses.
Take that aside. Do you think it's just the mental fortitude?
Especially
of
with
being
so
like,
much
I'm not
infighting.
claustrophobic. I'm like I like being mentally strong enough to just be like I'm in this confined space, sleeping. That makes you feel like you have clarity.
Yeah, I mean, it's all psychological, where it's just like,
What was that fucking movie with Adrian Brody? They put him in a straitjacket and they put you in like a cadaver. like a
It's like an ice box,
like a
for-
locker, like a body locker or whatever. But he's in there and it's like super claustrophobic, and it was supposed to be like which this is a movie. I'm not saying it's real, but I'm just saying like I wonder if there is some benefits to like being able to like ease your mind, like you panic and then you're able to like focus your mind and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's
punishing, it
called
feels horrible, but
meditation.
after a while, it like it has all these benefits. Which granted,
That's literally
ice baths
called
medical
meditation.
is beneficial, but I don't know.
The coffin could be a thing where it's just like it's an enclosed space where you're just like, if you're not claustrophobic, it's just like, oh, it's comforting. It's pitch black.
It's like a sensory
weird blanket.
deprivation
almost
tank.
Like that. You're like in,
What the fucking the tanks?
That
Those are
see, there we go. He had to
sensory
think of
yeah,
it.
sensory deprivation tanks. It's like
Yeah,
that.
Could be like that too.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Real life vampires, whether they drink the blood of donors or simply like to wear flashy attire and make cringe TikToks, are generally pretty harmless. In some cases, however, self-proclaimed
Okay.
vampires can take things a bit too far.
I guess we're
Lionel
harmless.
Monroe Besley, a 19-year-old from Texas, believed he was a 500-year-old vampire. from
Yeah,
hell. I could
there's
stop it right
there's some
there.
really
That'd be enough,
bad
but we'll have to
cases,
keep going. At one
unfortunately,
point,
in
he
the
had
criminal
convinced himself
justice
that he needed to
system.
feed on human
I'm
blood.
surprised he's
Dressed in
gone
nothing
this
but his
far
boxer
into the
shorts, he
criminal
broke into a woman's
justice.
apartment and began biting her on the neck. The
Ugh.
woman freaked the fuck out like anyone
Uh-huh.
would and escaped her home, jumping in her neighbor's car for protection. The man
Okay.
began banging on the car before it was able to drive away. Officers arrived to find Lyle pacing around the parking lot, hissing and growling like a dog. And the officers chased a half-naked vampire.
That sounds like
who scaled multiple
someone's.
fences as he screamed about how he
Yeah,
didn't
that's.
want to have to feed on humans. I don't want to have to do this.
I
Eventually,
think
he was
that's a lot
captured and
more
put in
than
jail,
just a
where he requested
vampire
that he be restrained because
ideology.
his desire to feed was so great that it would
That
put
sounds like
their lives in
a little
danger.
bit more extreme. That's definitely someone that's like
Because the Twilight movies were
you
still
know,
being released around this time.
maybe
to massive success.
mental
Clinical
illness.
psychologists suggested that this was psychotic episode fueled by vampire-related hallucination. Motherfucker got like so horny during the Twilight movie that he was like, I have to break into a woman's house and bite the fuck out of her. I can see that being.
Jesus, I
really
wish
sitting there
not.
and it's like,
I
rubbing his
wish
dick
that
and
doesn't
massaging.
happen.
I feel weird. I got butterflies in my tummy.
He wanted to be Edward.
Am I sparkling? Someone's like, shut up. We're trying to watch a movie. Oh my god. I'm sparkling. How do they see me? You're not invisible. What? Vampires are often depicted as solitary creatures held up in their
Those
crypts
fingers,
far
though.
away from a hamlet in the valley. However, one
That
vampire
castle,
has managed
though.
to gather hundreds of others for full cult-like gatherings. They call themselves
And
the Sabre-tooth
on
Clan.
here,
This is
and this is where we're getting into the thumbnail, where it's definitely either Photoshop enhanced with AI to have Father Sebastian's face, or it's just AI. Like you look at that thumbnail, it's like it's obviously his face, but it's like it's so altered that it's like, okay, well. Now we're gonna get into the controversy of the clan, even though really that's the only clan that people focus on, even though there's like so many other clans that exist now and have balls that are separate from his. So, you know. Also, I'm not surprised if they did use AI because Father Sebastian on his Instagram, like, is just mostly AI content now that I see on the posts, so.
Every year, they gather under this roof, creatures of the night in their finest. From here, the view never grows old. Tonight, the city remembers what it is to dream. In the castle kitchen, we're calling on autumn itself. Roasted pumpkin puree goes into the bowl, smooth and rich. Whisk.
All right, let's make this landing count.
Perfect for a run. Nothing hides under a full moon. Let's open her up. Listen to that engine.
Whoa, look, yeah. Keep the gas.
I'm not surprised if it memorized his face.
the weird one, boys. It all started back in '94 when Aaron Todd Hoyt used his grandmother's orthodontist tools to make a pair of vampire fangs for himself and his mother, right?
Yep.
Harmless little fun. Grandfather, whatever.
No,
A year later,
yeah.
he would form the Sabre-tooth Clan, where he began
And that's
creating
the
and selling
Ankh.
fangs to people that could live out their vampire dreams.
You
He
can
found a
get
nice
that
little
Ankh
niche.
up
It was
in
nice.
Salem at
His business
Vampire
proved to be very
Fangs. Not
successful and
sponsored.
harbored a very devoted customer base. To thank his customers and gather vampire enthusiasts all in one place, he began hosting a New York Vampire Ball in 1996.
Yep.
Only 2 years later, he founded the infamous Endless Night Festival.
But
in New
okay,
York.
so this time they just were like, let's just go into his most recent event for the upcoming year and just take the picture to use for that, I guess. So yes, this is when the next event is and has different themes for each year. But yeah.
Since then, his festivals have only grown, with thousands of people attending multiple events across the
And
nation
there's other
each year.
branch
At
off
each event,
festivals.
you can
It's
expect
not
to
just
find heavy metal
his
bands,
again.
burlesque shows, masquerade dances, open bars, and various special guest speakers. This might seem like a really awesome party, but the deeper you dig, the weirder things get. For starters, everyone at the party or in Aaron's circle addresses him as Father Sebastian or Primus. These events are not all open to the public, and many of them are inner court only, which means you
there
have
is
to be
an
a part
inner
of his
court
exclusive
thing.
Sabre-tooth club. To get into the inner court, you must receive a pair of fangs from the master fangsmith himself, Father Sebastian. First, you got to choose a style of fang and how many you want. Depending on your choice, you may be charged between 2 to
Technically, I don't like saying it, but these are Father Sebastian fangs, which I am okay with having and using right now, but I don't know if that makes me considered as, an inner coven member at all. Like, I just got my fangs in the 3D printed model thing. So I don't think that counts as his inner circle. I think you have to, actually be physically present for him to do dentistry type work or dental type work. So, but again, I kind of should have waited to get my things because I financially should have not got them at the time. But I was just like, screw it, whatever. Because I had a full-time job at that time. But, yeah, he does sell them. But again, I wouldn't say I'm considered an inner circle member because I spent 200 plus bucks on the fangs.
$400 per session. Once you have your fangs, you have to go through the
per session, like he says. It's the paid, in-person one.
Of transformation, which is an induction ceremony for all new members, and there are 4 steps to this ritual. 1, I will not sleep with my fangs on, by the power of Sebastian, in a southern accent.
Yeah, I've not
Look
done
at yourself
it.
in the mirror with your fangs on, receive your vampire name, and finally pray to Ankh, an ancient Egyptian symbol meant to represent life, immortality, and
I love
rebirth.
Ankhs, so I just have Ankhs anyways.
That represent what it means to be a modern day vampire. 1, primal instinct, being connected to your animalistic impulses. You gotta have that. 2, magic, wearing your fangs can transform your appearance to otherworldly creatures in the eyes of others. Pretty sweet. 3, escapism. Your fangs are a mask that conceal your identity, allowing yourself to take on a new form. It's kind of like the shapeshift. It doesn't matter. Keep going. 4, desire. The fangs are also used as a way to enhance arousal and pleasure. AKA, dude, bite her clit. She'll love it. Once you become part of the Sabre-tooth clan, you are admitted to Sanguinarians.
There's some uses for the fangs that you wouldn't think of for the sexy time, so yeah.
An exclusive forum for all members. Though its dark secrets are not fully accessible to the outer court, they were gracious enough to give us access to some of the inner workings of the group. Among the rituals and rules of the group
okay, let's see.
The group's religious beliefs, titled Scrolls of Alorath 1. Intro to Living Vampirism. You can see how the clan practices Zephyr or self-transformation through specific rituals. They believe that people can experience a vampiric awakening through metamorphosis and self-growth. This belief, which they acknowledge, is also tied to the Temple of Set. Are you with us? The Temple of Set is a splinter group from the Church of Satan, following what is known as the left-hand path, which focuses on spiritual power, self-dedication, and individual
He's going deep. He's
transformation.
deep
They
diving.
also deal with magic and psychic energy, which is a core belief of Sabre-tooth Clan's transformation process.
It's very much about
People who
transformation.
attended that everlasting midnight balls claim that Father Sebastian proclaims himself as a religious prophet, one who performs rituals that siphon energy from his patrons at the party and give it to a deity named Fred Samedi.
No,
an Italian.
Fred Samedi. Fred Samedi. I don't even want to correct him. Fucking Fred Samedi.
In a Toyota dealer, it's a deity. The deity to whom he sends all his energy appeared to him in a dream during a vision quest while he was preparing for his endless night ball in New Orleans just before Hurricane Katrina. Dear
Oosh.
fucking God. Now at nearly every event, there are altars to Fred. where
That's a
people
cool
leave
looking
coins
altar.
and beads. The parallels don't stop there. The temple of
Oh, and go back though. Did that say, what did that say on the bottom?
parallels don't stop there. The temple of Set
Oh, oops.
for his endless night ball in New Orleans just before Hurricane Katrina. Dear fucking God. Now at nearly every event, there are altars.
This is a Haitian voodoo Baron Samedi. Yeah, that's why I was like, it's a cool looking altar, but I don't know if that's I think that's a different one other than the actual vampire related ones. I guess this is the best image he could find as an option of like, this is kinda a vampire altar, but this is more of a voodoo altar, which again he uses voodoo, but it's in the Haitian context. I believe that's supposed to be voodoo. So
To Fred where people leave coins and beads. The parallels don't stop there. The Temple of Set also features religious texts that include interviews with vampires and members of
Yep.
the Order of the Vampire, all of which focus on their ability to use psychic powers
Yep.
to drain the life rather than drink.
see, when I was a kid, like I'd always try to like, just go onto some of these websites and just be like, what the hell do all these things say? And some of them, I agree with. I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But then there's other ones where I'm like, okay, I guess that's just this clan's thing.
Blood. This continues with the fourth step for joining the clan, swearing over Ankh, the Temple of Set.
Swearing
also
over
as
Ankh.
a subgroup, the Order of Satanic.
Yep, I've heard of that
studies
one.
Egyptian magic, including Ankh's powers. Please keep up.
Yes.
So essentially, the Sabre-tooth clan is a satanic vampire energy cult that gets new members through selling fangs. It's like a pyramid scheme for Satanism.
Expensive too.
They are. It's $400 like a tooth. It's fucking.
Yeah, it is expensive, but again, that's the in-person stuff, so that's only if you want to go and just be like, I want to be a part of the clan. I wasn't one of those people. I was just like, I just want fangs. Just give me fangs. Like, I just want to do my own thing in my own fangs. I'm not smart enough or talented enough to make dental fangs for my own mouth, so... And every time I did in the past, they turned out kind of crap, so...
Crazy. A pyramid scheme that results in vampiric Satanism is awesome.
And they're preying on delusional.
And they're playing on delusional, horny, autistic people online who think they're going to get their dick sucked at a New Orleans party. That's what this is, okay?
I mean,
all of these beliefs are reinforced
some
by
of
Father
them do.
Sebastian's long list of books, including his Black Veil series, which is essentially the
I have that book. I have that book, and I have one of those signed copies from Salem, actually. So I have this book because I ended up trying to, like, figure out what the cult is about and all that. Because, I'm an introvert and I'd rather just read the book, honestly. And, like, there's some things where I'm like, alright, it's interesting concepts. But there's other parts where I'm like, okay, well, not for me. So, but yeah, this is like the main book that they try to have pushed, and I have the copy signed from one of the times he visited Salem. And one of the it was like the last book copy in Vamp Fangs. So, at least I have it. I can say I have it.
series, which is essentially the cult's Bible, and Sebastian claims that these books represent
Pretty
his
much.
teachings and research on vampire culture over the past 25 years, since the year 2000. Just want to say that out loud, all right? People are
It
so
has
devout
been
to
a
his
long
teachings
time
that they
since
come to his
2000,
festivals to
Jesus.
get married in full vampire attire.
Yep.
Despite being the head of a massive group with clear teachings of self-transformation and self-betterment, trouble still found its way in. Multiple
Yep.
former members have accused Father Sebastian of manipulative behavior.
And here's when we get to the part about his controversy, because there is a couple of people that have come out, and I've seen some of it. These ones I didn't see before, so I guess this is gonna be new for me. But I've seen one that's on TikTok that swears she has a makeup line ruined from him or something and stolen, something along the lines of that. I'm not gonna get too detailed about it, but yeah.
And ignoring safety concerns at his gatherings. No. What?
A cult-like figure doing
Come
that?
on, a cult-like figure doing that? No. Father Sebastian has
I mean,
denied that the Sabre-tooth clan
yeah.
is a cult in his now deleted lectures, but his group's core values are directly tied to the occult. He has also made it very clear that you are not just buying
I didn't know
fangs,
the
but
lectures
buying
were
into
deleted.
vampire culture, and if you leave, you'll essentially ostracize yourself from the majority of the vampires. Does that sound like a cult? Hello?
Okay, so if I get rid of these fangs, I'm gonna ostracize myself, I guess. Okay. So stupid.
This manipulative behavior is exposed more through the interviews with women who claim to be groomed by him. They claim that members who earned access to inner circles through repeated event attendance and personal devotion were given exclusive ritual access.
I mean,
That's what it was?
yeah.
You can come into my quarters. This is, hey, you get exclusive access.
kind of what
you
it
get
is.
exclusive access to my balls. Lucky you. These invites made them and all club members feel exclusive, like they belong to an elite group. The process getting fangs from Father Sebastian has also been described as vampiric baptism that you can't back out of. You cannot back out of it.
You can't back out, I guess.
During these rituals, Sebastian uses
I
terms
don't
like
believe
egregor,
that.
Gregor, I don't know what the fuck that is. Feeding and
Agora.
priestess, making obedience seem like a spiritual practice. Members were told they
Yeah,
were
see,
reclaiming their energy.
some things he knows research-wise, but other things he's just like, I don't know what the hell that is. So it's like, yeah, well, you're not a spiritual guy, so, and you're not a guy in the vampire community or witchcraft community, so of course you're not gonna hear what an agora is.
But were really giving him control over their identity and sexuality. Multiple women have claimed to be sexually assaulted at an altar and were even trapped inside by a bodyguard so they could continue with the ritual. They won't let him leave. Fun stuff. While these atrocities occur behind the closed doors, people who are regular members admit to being harassed by people who claim to be more devoted than them. Does this sound like a cult? Are you in a cult? I say
Again,
vampiric cult for autistic people to have.
Again, I just want to make it clear too. He keeps saying, it's a cult, it's a cult. It's like, okay, just remember, it is the Sabre-tooth clan alone that we're talking about. Remember, there's like tons of branch offs besides the Temple of Set and the Sabre-tooth clan. And the other one, the Egyptian one that he mentioned earlier, I already forgot the name, I'm sorry. Just a very long video. But, you know, it's kind of a thing where it's like those are one thing in itself. And then on the other side over here, you have all the other clans that are like, we're not even affiliated with them. So, remember, not all of the vampire community has these controversies. Some of them have their own clans and groups and different events going on and different masquerade balls going on. So, yeah.
Sex. That's your cult. Okay. One woman admitted to feeling unsafe after being bullied and harassed by men who believed they were entitled to them.
Ugh.
Others are being harassed
Yeah,
by
I agree.
insisting Father Sebastian debunk the cult rumors. And all these cries fall on deaf ears because if
It
these
really
claims
deep
were
dived
addressed,
into
it
this
would
part.
hurt his empire, right? Motherfucker's got fangs to sell. Sebastian's books are not free and can be purchased either on his website or Amazon. It appears he wants
Or
to
in
use his influence to not only
fangs.
sell fangs, but build a multimedia empire. He has also been on countless TV networks advertising books,
Yes, he
along with
has.
documentaries on vampire lifestyle. And this is all aided in growing his reputation as one of the leaders of vampire community. Zach Bagans even invited him to 2 episodes of Ghost Adventures because he's considered a professional in multiple fields related to ghosts.
I must have
and the
missed
undead.
those
He sells
episodes.
teeth. He sells fake teeth. In one of the episodes, Father Sebastian passed out from a light anomaly shooting into his body from a cursed mirror.
Okay.
You can see that
Let me
he
see.
never puts his hand out to break his
Oh,
fall,
okay.
and he also strikes his head on the wooden floor so hard that his feet
I
fly
have
up in
not
the air.
seen
Although
this.
it may seem like all is well, people are starting to catch on. Not only are his horrific deeds within the vampire community becoming more well known, but some are exposing the fact that many of his books include plagiarism.
Ooh, do they have plagiarism? The Sanguinarians or whatever he brought up, I haven't read that and I haven't seen it. So what's the plagiarism?
This guy sounds awesome.
What a fucking nightmare.
This guy sounds
Listen,
awesome.
the
he
world
says.
of real-life vampires can be strange at best and truly nightmarish at worst. It's one
Yep.
thing to role play and talk about your imaginary vampire powers, but those who take things too far by drinking blood can actually end up doing damage to their health. If you want to get involved with this type of community, don't take
Again, I will specify human blood. Animal blood, if you cook it and actually eat it correctly, that's a little different. So, also, there is a genetic disease that does have vampire-like symptoms. I'm surprised he didn't mention it in this video. But I'll pop up the name on the screen of like that disorder thing here somewhere somewhere. There is some type of genetic disorder that does involve, having vampire-like symptoms and sensitivity to sunlight. So
too seriously. Grab a pair of fangs and go to a goth club. Get your dick sucked, right? Have some guy eat out your pussy with some fucking fangs in. That's awesome.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
And watch Underworld. Just watch Underworld and you'll be fine.
Just
You don't have
watch
to do anything. You just
Underworld.
watch Underworld and be like, that's my fix. I loved it. If you're carrying around disposable scalpels and asking people for their blood, you might have gone too far. Stay out of the sun, my friends, and we'll see you in the next one.
See, and then immediately ends it with, oh, if you're doing this and this, then you're just a freak. Essentially. And it's like, alright, well, great send off to all those Sanguinarians that you just talked about, but alright.
Bye-bye.
Or maybe stay in the sun. Get some sun. Go outside. Please go outside.
But trust me, they definitely go outside. There's plenty of clubs and events that make them go outside. So with that, we're at the end of the video now. that took a while. Let's see, like, oh wow, almost 30 minutes. But there we go. I definitely think, again, he understands enough to talk about the vampire community in like a vague manner. And the part where he says they got permission to look at the websites, I'm really surprised if they actually did get permission. Like, because dang, like, I'm surprised they'd be like, yeah, we want you to make a video, unless they didn't know about the video. But there is like a lot of aspects that he does cover, but it's more just like, all right, jot through this, go through this, jot through this, go through this, jot through this. So again, the vampire community, some people are gonna look at us as weirdos, but there is a couple times he mentions in the video where again it's like, okay, well, they're not all bad, or they're harmless, or like he could say kinder words, obviously, but again, the video is literally meant to be like, oh, look at them, look how creepy and weird they are, compared to us normal people who don't do jack shit besides just wear a pants and t-shirt, It's kind of just different, seeing this type of content and being like, okay, well, I guess it's gonna be hypercritical of us, but at the same time, there's gonna be times where it's like, it's not all that bad. But I need to sit here and just be like, 75% of it is not bad. Like when they go to, oh, he's autistic, and then they cut to the TikTok Dracula guy. Like and then I'm like immediately like, no, don't bully him. And it's like, that's the situation where it's like he's raising money for autism awareness stuff. He's doing actually like good things with what he's doing. So there is people in the community, whether it's Glampire or a Sanguinarian or a psychic vampire, it's kind of just, mixed up with different people from different places, and each clan believes a different thing. So, again, 75% of it to 80% of it, I'd say, they're harmless and they're alright. There's just also those rare cases where he mentioned in a judicial court system that some people will go overboard and they have mental illness or something other than that. Because there's been several vampire cases in the past. So I wouldn't say I respect any of those types of people that are currently in prison, honestly, because it's just like, okay, you did this horrific thing for what? But again, I think most people I've met pretty harmless. It's usually just, let's go to the club, let's go listen to fun music, let's go drink, and let's go dance. And go listen to Voltaire, because of course he's like the vampire pirate guy. So, there's kind of goth musicians that go with that vampire aesthetic too. It's not just Jackson, it's not just, the Sabre-tooth clan, it's not just Father Sebastian. There's like so many more aspects of the vampire community that have a positive recognition. But with that, I'm gonna end up wrapping it here. I gotta be cringe like he was at the end. Hiss at you, bye. No, I'm kidding. I'll give you a proper goodbye. So, goodbye, everybody. Have a good one, and I hope you enjoyed my silly, stupid little reaction to this. Goodbye, everybody.